Hello everyone, I'm Charles. Welcome to Graphic Design Quick Start. In this episode, I'll be showing you how to mask grass on a background. We'll be taking these champagne grasses and merging them with this beach background to help us achieve this kind of an effect. Let me show you how this is done. Whenever you're masking grass, the idea is to merge the highlights and shadows separately on a background. In this example, if we tried different mode modes, maybe change from normal to valley, that wouldn't go well since we have this white background. So we have no option other than merge the shadows and the highlights separately. Let us take the grass layer back to normal. Knocking off the whites here, it's easy. Go to blending modes, change the blending mode of the grass layer to multiply. Right away, we knock off all the whites, but unfortunately, we are losing some of the highlights within the grass. Let us work on that. Let us duplicate the grass layer. Ctrl J, Command J on Mac. Let us rename it to multiply. Hide it. Click on the grass layer. Change the blending mode back to normal. Mask out the white. We will be using the magic word tool. Change the tolerance to 12 and check the anti-alias doesn't work well with the magic word tool. Also check the contiguous so that we don't select the whites inside the grass. Click on the background. Shift click to add to the selection. Let us use the lasso tool to deselect some areas that are excessively selected. Hold on Alt. Now we have our selection. Let us now create a mask. Drop down to the layers panel, hold Alt and click on add mask. And there we have it. Let us fix these white lines. Hold Alt and click on the layer mask thumbnail. Click M to choose the marquee tool. Drag the white area to select it. Shift drag to add the other selections. Since our background is black, Ctrl Delete to fill the mask with black. Ctrl D to deselect. Choose the brush tool. Change the hardness to 100. Hit on the light bracket to increase the size. Now let us do some network cleanup. Hit X to switch the foreground and the background color. That's enough. Let us go back to the layer panel. Alt click again on the layer mask thumbnail. Bring the full color image. Let us soften the edges. As you can see, they are quite lagged. Go to select and mask. Change the view to on layers. This will help you see how the layers are blending with each other. Change the smoothness to 18 or 10. This adds some halo around the edges. To deal with that, shift the edge to -100. Click OK. Let us change the blending mode of the grass layer to screen. Since the effect is too much, let us change the opacity to 50. Now let us show our multiply layer. And we're almost there, but you're losing some of the colors and grasses. Let us bring that back. First, let us rename the grass layer to screen. Ctrl J to duplicate. Let us name the new layer to soft light. Change the blending mode to soft light. Let's see the effect of these layers. There is multiply layer, screen layer, and the soft light layer. We now have good highlights within the grass down here. The only challenge we're having is the misty look up here. Let us deal with that with the knockout layer. Let us group the soft light and the screen layers since they're the ones bringing about the misty look. Ctrl G, Command G on Mac. Let us rename the layer to knockout group. Fill open the group. Click on the topmost layer. Ctrl Shift N to create a new layer. Command Shift N on Mac. Let us call it knockout. Plus G to pick the gradient tool. Change the gradient type to foreground to transparent. Let us create a vertical gradient line in the image. Hold Shift and drag. We have a gradient from opaque to transparency, hiding the misty area of the grass. Double click on the right side of the knockout layer to bring up the layer blending options. Change the knockout to shallow. At first, you have no effect. Now let us change the fill opacity to 0. To knock out all the misty effect. but now we are losing some of the highlights up here. Let's bring back some of the highlights using the eraser tool. Change the hardness to 0. Click on the knockout layer to make it active. Hit in the right bracket to enlarge the tool. Let's brush over the grass area. That's now. We now have a well composited image. Let us now work on the background focus so that it is not sharp all the way from the background to the foreground. First, we change the background layer to a smart object. Go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Give it a radius of 5. Press G to pick the gradient tool. Change the gradient type to foreground to background. Click on the gradient mask. Let's draw a straight line from the horizon. And there we have it. How to mask the grass using sublime modes, a knockout effect, and some smart filters. That's it for today. Like, share, and consider subscribing to our channel so that you don't miss out on our upcoming episodes.